RWP is brought to you by Porch Beer Entertainment.
That's crazy.
4 signatures.
4 signatures. Dude, there's been... So, every time we have, like, a neighborhood get-together and everyone gets, like, hammered.
Exactly.
We talk about, like, all the drama in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
There are some whack jobs here who have made, like... Who have, like, died on a hill over the color of a fence. One was about the height of it. So, one was about how someone's backyard got zoned a little bit bigger than theirs.
Sure.
And so they built a fence, and the fence wasn't perfectly in line with the property line. And they went and basically, like, almost sued the HOA. The HOA to come down. Like, people lost thousands of dollars. Worth of, like, it's crazy.
It's insane. People are crazy. So, like, what?
There's certain people in every neighborhood that are just, like, absolutely.
But it's like, it doesn't affect their life whatsoever.
At all. It doesn't do
like the
anything.
color of the door. So for the listeners who wouldn't have known this because you're not here, a neighbor had to come to Salty Dalton's and get a signature because they need a certain number of signatures to get the HOA to approve a door color of their door. Now, and
the kicker is the door can only be one of a set amount of colors.
Oh yeah, we have that too, where it's
but
it's like unless the door is a Nazi swastika, I don't think anybody in the neighborhood's gonna care.
No, they don't.
Like, oh wait, you're thinking of aquamarine? Actually, aquamarine would be a great color for a door.
when we got our deck done. Sure. There's these 2 fences below the deck that no one can see in the backyard. They painted those white. One of our neighbors texted us because he had some issues because I'll tell you this neighbor. So there's the fence, right? And then there's like gravel by the fence.
Yeah, I've seen it.
His gravel got some paint on it. And you
just turn over one of the little rocks.
That's what I'm saying. And he made us contact the company that did it, and he harassed Ashley every day texting saying, they need to take care of this. My rocks are painted. And I'm like, I could go to I could go in the backyard.
You could go into the woods behind your house.
I could grab 20 rocks and put them down there.
I assume it's not...
it was painted white originally.
It's not beef jerky neighbor, though, right? It's the other neighbors?
No. It's the one right there.
Yeah, I got you.
And
hate those people.
And, like, so it was white, and then we had to have Deck Helmet come back out and paint the 2 fences no one sees brown because the other neighbor was like, yeah, and, white isn't an HOA-approved fence color.
Oh.
And I was like,
God.
No one can see this. I was like, also, our deck poles are white, and that's okay. And so he's just like, yeah, and I mean, if you could get them to come out here and fix up the other stuff. So we did the back and forth for a while, and then he kept texting Ashley so much that I literally said, hey, man, guess what? We're not responsible for what the company did.
Yeah.
And we're not liable for anything they've done. You can contact the company. I will tell you that I did call the company, and they've said that you've been incredibly aggressive, and they do not enjoy working with you. And that's probably why they're ignoring you.
Incredibly aggressive?
Yeah, because he's like...
Does he have a job? Does he just sit at home all day?
No, he owns a bar and restaurant. So he is like... And he moved out. He doesn't live there anymore.
Oh, okay.
So he was making this fuss when he didn't live there anymore. His daughter lives there.
Oh, well, what the hell?
And so he's just like...
We got to find out what bar and restaurant that is.
He's like a weird, aggressive hippie. Like, he's super nice other than things that bother him.
Man, you should have... what you should have done is then had them paint all of his rocks brown to go with the new brown paint on there. And then just be like, there's no problem.
I can go to Home Depot and probably for like $10 get a bag of rocks, and I could scatter them there and tell you that Deck Helmet fixed it, and you wouldn't know.
See, I
kept calling them river rocks.
River rocks.
What? When he kept saying river rocks, I was like, I was looking around for like in his backyard, if there's a giant like big, like a big monument.
That's the Centerville River that runs behind your guys' houses. You never seen that?
My river rocks are painted, and I was like, I don't know what the river rocks are, but I was like, I looked around. I was like, I don't see any rocks in your backyard.
Where all the elves go singing along the river.
And and then he kept texting me. He's like, river rocks, like by the bottom of the fence. And I was like, you mean gravel?
Yeah.
Your gravel was painted, and you're upset. And I was like, he said that they need to come paint it back. And I was like, they're not going to sit there.
Paint individual rock pieces?
Paint rocks.
I don't even know what color rocks are. Gray? Okay, let me get the gray paintbrush, and then he's going to complain about that.
Oh, God. It was ridiculous. I was like, are you serious? And our other neighbors are like, dude, he will not stop. You just have to just give him what he wants.
Thank
and I'm
God
like,
we haven't.
I was
had
like,
any
I don't
of
want to give him what he wants because we don't owe him that. And he's like, dude,
stupid.
he's like, it'll make your life so much easier. He's like, You just roll with it.
But give him what he wants. He wants his rocks back. He wants his rock colors.
If he texts it again, I'm literally just gonna go to Home Depot, buy rocks, and
exactly.
be like, "Hey,
and
bud,
just dump it in his.
Look
in
like
the
they came over."
Yeah. No, we haven't had any issues like that. We just have the one that I told you about. And the funny thing is, so I still have not received the bill from that contractor. So I contacted that guy, because remember, that was months ago. I contacted I contacted the guy that knows the contractor.
The interpreter.
I was like, hey man, I haven't heard anything from Jerry or whatever he goes by. And he was like, oh yeah, he's on a long trip, but he'll send you it when he gets back. I still don't have it. He has my email, he has my phone, he has my address. I haven't heard a peep. Am I never going to have to pay for this?
Well, there was no official contract.
There was no
either,
contract.
So it's weird. So we had a guy. So we have a guy who we know from Manassas who'd come out and fix stuff.
Sure.
And we get an invoice, right? But it's not like an official type thing.
Yeah. I'm expecting an invoice.
Normally we just do cash. I
had my checkbook there.
As they finish it, we pay them. We go on our way. So, dude, honestly,
I might never have to pay for this.
You could play dumb too.
Look, I could move, and they have no idea how to find me at this point. I could leave the country.
How much did he quote you for it?
Like $400. I'd love to keep it. I need $400. We got a freaking bachelor party trip that we got to pay out the ass for. I'm paying more for that wedding than I had to pay for my wedding, and I'm not even the one getting married. Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving with the family?
Yeah, I did. I f***ed up though. I brought down the turkey fryer because we were going to fry another 20-pounder.
Exactly.
I brought everything except for the cord. So it's a very unique plug-in.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It was right next to it was plugged into the extension cord still.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the box. So I brought everything, and I poured the oil in already.
Oh, no.
So I had to re-drain all the oil.
You couldn't run to Lowe's or something over
No,
there?
they didn't. They sold out of the turkey fryers weeks ago.
And they didn't have the special cord or anything?
No replacement parts. Went to Lowe's, went to Walmart,
So what'd you guys have to do? Throw it in the oven?
Well, they already had one in the oven. This is a secondary one. So luckily her grandma bailed me out.
And it worked out? Because you had the secondary one because you were worried about the cooking on the first one.
It worked out. But we're going to do a Christmas dinner, and I'm going to fry a turkey. Or a ham.
You're going to have the
Imagine fried ham.
Fried anything would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest.
You know what? Maybe for the last week of the regular season or something for football.
Yeah.
I can actually use that and drop in little tiny game hens.
Sounds great to me.
Or an entire 2 platters of wings.
Oh yeah,
so you can do wings,
and the wings would be cooked in 2 minutes.
Minutes.
That sounds great to me. And then you just dump it in a big bowl. We throw some sauce all over it. It's gonna be great. No, it's gonna be great. Yeah, we had a good Thanksgiving. This was the first year at my sister's house.
Are you coming over this Sunday?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm hanging up Christmas ornaments at my house, at my parents' house, with the family. We do it every year. You put on the Christmas music and you hang up the ornaments and things like that.
So our tradition was every year since we were born, my parents would get us an ornament every year, right? Exactly the ornament on the back, and then the year on the back. Mm-hmm. And then whenever we moved out, I got all of my individual ornaments.
Oh, nice.
To start my own stuff.
I've had to start my own collection.
So Ashley and I, for the last 3 years, Ashley and I both get each other an ornament every year and do the same thing. Then we have a kid, and then we'll distribute the ornaments out. Yeah,
we got our little fake tree up. Little fake tree with
we just bought a fake tree,
with the lights. Fake tree is the way to go.
I attached the clapper to it, so I just
I like that.
Boom, pops on.
Yeah, but we had a good Thanksgiving. We had did it at my sister's house. Good dishes all around. Now the only thing was I brought
the future I can see.
That's on Disney Plus right now. Sisters on there.
Yeah, but I just combined that and That's So Raven. I think.
Yeah,
I
those are
combined the two of those.
Wow,
yeah,
racist. You got them confused because they're both black. So I'm the one who brought the beer to Thanksgiving. I was tasked with that.
You're freaking out about it, and you get to bring Bud Light.
That was one of the suggestions that was given to me by one of my parents. They said Bud Light is a regular, but I stuck with Yingling. But the problem was,
it's a great mid-tier beer.
So I brought 3 things of beer, and the only person that drank beer was myself, basically. Like my sister had a couple.
Do you have a lot of beer at the house?
I have so much beer at the house, a lot of leftovers. I gave her the Yingling because she liked Yingling, but I took everything else, and I've been drinking it nonstop for days because I'm like, Abby, we got to clear this fridge out because there's just no room for anything because it's all beer right now. It's a man's dream, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet.
But But yeah, we'll see. Thanksgiving, yeah, we are leading into Christmas soon. We will, somebody mentioned me, a listener, a rando, mentioned that we got to go back and listen to the resolutions that we put out last year and see if any of them came true. Because I completely forgot about them.
I don't think we did a single
I don't think
one.
we did any of them. But one of them was have a C-list celebrity endorse the podcast.
Well, do you have Twitter? Okay, start tweeting.
We have a Random Word podcast.
Do we really?
Yeah, we do. I don't really use it much.
How if we give me access to it? I'll tweet it, Ryan. I'll tweet it, whoever the
I'll give you access. I got to remember the password. But yeah, we have one. I just put clips up there. Also, the YouTube is there, Rando Nation.
Yeah, but it's under your name. So when I searched Random Word Podcast, nothing came up.
Yeah, so I can...
And when I searched Ben Simpson, then
if you search Ben Simpson on YouTube, because it's attached to my email. I don't know, it's weird. But if you search Ben Simpson on YouTube, you should be able to find our videos. Any final thoughts here before we get started with the show?
No, the only note I have is I drove all up and down to Jersey and back and stuff after Thanksgiving.
There's 15
and the turnpike. There's a ton of tolls, but we went this weird back road before, and we got through all the major tolls. But then there was this stretch on 301.
Yeah.
Not near any other things. We're past, literally, there should not be any more tolls. And randomly, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's this road that cuts through. There's nothing on either side.
Sure.
And there's a sign that says, Easy Pass only or pay by plate. And I was like, what?
That's where they mail you the bill.
Yeah. And then there's this little tiny rig. And as you drive under it, it takes a picture of your license plate if you don't have the Easy Pass. And I was like, you're giving no one a choice because it's a one-lane road.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can't turn around.
There's no choice.
So you just drive through. And it took a picture of the plates, and I assume I'll get a bill for about $4.
Because you don't have an Easy Pass?
I did in my old car. I need to renew mine.
I have an Easy Pass, but I still got a bill because it said it's a racket. But I paid $12, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I was like... But it's, I don't want to pay this $12. So I was very
but it forced you into it. It's just hey, you can pay or pay.
Well, that was the thing. It was
that was
you can pay the $12 or for every day you don't pay this bill, it's another $25 on top of it.
It's insane. Their fees are insane.
It's crazy. So we got a random animal here, Salty Dalton, that we've got some facts. Okay. I do. That we're going to tell the people some facts here before we start the show. I'm going to hit randomize. Are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. The Gila monster. The Gila monster. You know that little lizard guy? You never seen a Gila monster? It's like a lizard? Okay. I can do a different one.
Yeah, do a different one.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. I'm not going to choose puppy. How about a weasel?
Weasels, yeah. That's it. Weasels are pretty interesting creatures.
Yeah. Tell your fact about the weasel.
So weasels used to be known as the carrier of the whooping cough.
Yeah, the whooping cough.
Yeah, because they got their name because they would be they'd be wheezing as they rolled around, so people just called them weasels. And then
I guess that's where it does come from. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's generally because they thought they were wheezing all the time, and then they were considered the rats had the plague, right? And then the weasels had the whooping cough.
Yeah, for me, I
used to think the whooping cough was a whoop.
Yeah, that would be a great cough
just
to have.
Whoop.
Just like an ambulance sound. Whoop, daddies. Woo, woo. That's what ambulances make, right?
Wee woo, not woo.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's more like a soccer
harmonizing
crowd or something. Yeah, that was actually the Jonas Brothers. My fact about weasels that weasels were actually a key part of the Battle of Redwall, if you remember.
I do, actually, yeah.
Weasels were known for being kind of tricky creatures at times, but certain weasels actually helped rise up and elevate the creatures around them and help defeat the evil animals like the rats and such in the Battle of Redwall. So it's good to know. Let's do this. Ready? You ready for this right now? Or is the pizza almost here?
It's on the way.
This is very old school having the pizza arrive. Can't wait. All right, here we go. This is the worst show that's been ever made.
Stay away from semi-trucks.
That is the worst advice ever. Afterwards, we went to Silver Diner and I had soup. Memories all alone in the moonlight. I heard the squeak of the pen.
Thanks, hon. Can't wait to rob these banks with you. Coochie coochie goo.
If it means like stripping off all of your clothes to fight this man,
I immediately hung up the phone and I deleted the number and I think I might have tried. That was the opportunity for the counselors to hit the kids that they didn't like.
Yeah.
Like he does, like kind of almost like not sexual magic.
Oh my god, I love the show!
Shirt phone. Da, 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 da.
I built a giant submarine!
And she kept saying the word heavy.
Roger, I barely know her.
Your Tamagotchi has AIDS. It's like, how does it have AIDS? Like, so many baby heads could fit in there.
I don't think. Bite my neck like a fucking vampire. Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Wait, they're still doing this show. Jeez, give up the dream already, guys. Okay, well, let's get this over with. It's time to waste your time. It's the Random Word Podcast with your hosts, Ben and Salty Dalton.
Rando Nation.
Nationwide is on your
It is
side.
time. We're back.
Sponsored by Bing.com. Just Bing it, baby.
Just bang it, go bang yourself, Rando Nation. Hope you enjoyed our special Thanksgiving episode. I think we got like 25 downloads from that.
Oh, I need to listen to it. I liked how.
Yeah.
Did you cut it?
Yeah.
The sentence?
We did about 10 minutes of that.
Yeah.
This live studio audience is here. The pizza's on the way. We're going old school here for episode number 54.
I'm Chet Morningstar. Oh, wait.
Oh, no. But Chet and Chip will be making an appearance on this episode.
Yeah, it's been a really beneficial relationship partnering with a local news crew.
It's been symbiotic, if
I
you're
don't know
familiar
about you,
with
but
science.
it's literal gut busters every time I listen to them. I actually have to go to the hospital because I've busted a literal gut.
That's a strange concept, isn't it?
Bust a gut?
Does that mean literally your stomach bursts open and all of your like intestines fall
What
out?
I think happens is, you know, like appendicitis.
Yeah.
Some people, like, you can live without your appendix.
Yeah.
And,
apparently.
like, some people, it's just bad.
Mhm.
Some, it's good. I think somebody was laughing so hard they burst their appendix. And then they associate that with, like, busting a gut.
I
think it's happened more often than not because I think it's triggered by, like, maybe your diaphragm when you're laughing or something.
If you showed me the human body on like
would you be able to identify
I would not be
the
able to tell
appendix?
you where the appendix is. I would not be able to tell you.
Can you tell me the location it's at?
The location? Well, yeah, I assume the stomach would be where it's at. I don't know if it's front or back. I know I had kidney stones. Those were, down. Actually, I don't know where they start, where your kidney starts.
Penile region.
Well, yeah, they eventually end up there, but they travel through your body, which
Yeah, they
is why it
basically
hurts
go
so
through
much.
your, what do you call it? The whatever the urine tubes are. Urethra?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Urine tubes. Just pee sprinklers, as I like to call
Yeah,
it.
it's crazy, though. It's like, it's not painful to shoot it out of your...
It wasn't for me.
I've heard the most painful part
them traveling.
is the passing of it.
Because what they're like little ninja stars that are like going back and forth like around your urethra or whatever, and they're just like falling down through it, and they're just cutting the sides of you, and they hurt a lot. No, they were the worst. And here's the thing.
How long does the pain last?
Was
it very blinding but very fast?
So it depends, because it's every few days they may move if you haven't expelled them from your body yet. So like you'll go days with no pain at all, and then randomly you'll get it have it happen. So it's but here's the thing is that was a couple of years ago, probably less than a few years, and the doctors are like, you're going to get another one.
Oh yeah, it's only a matter of time.
But I don't know when it's going to happen. So I'm like freaking out. I'm looking around every corner. Every time they say you got to drink a lot of water, I drink water. So I'm worried. It's going to happen one day. And it's going to happen in the most inopportune time too. It's going to be like...
Did you like make a necklace out of them? Kind of like people who get shot?
Well, one of them happened when... no, I didn't. But I had to scoop it out of the urinal because it just popped right out. And I didn't expect... They gave you a little thing. They were like, bring this net with you every time you have to go pee. And I was like, not going to do that. That's weird.
Wait, do you wash the net?
Hey there, yeah. Well, I didn't use it. It's like a little net thing, and you're supposed to
What are you
like...
supposed to do? Collapse it, put it back in your pocket?
You're supposed to like pee through it. Yeah.
I understand the catching it part. What do you do with it after?
Yeah, you're supposed to catch it.
Like,
They give you like a tube that you can put it in.
What if you pee?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so there's a tube to carry the net.
No. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, what if you go to the bathroom, you use the net, and you don't pass the kidney stone?
Well,
now
exactly.
you have a pee-soaked net.
Exactly. So I never used it. So and then it just popped right out one day, and I had to fish it out. Not that everybody
your bare
knows
hands.
about that. Bare hands, my bare hands. Yeah, it was disgusting. Yeah, but it was like I'm not gonna bring this net with me every time I got to pee. Like, hey man, how's it going? Just peeing from back here into this net. Enough about my urethra. Let's move on to the word here, Salty Dalton. Let's give the people what they came to see and hear.
Your word is. Your word is.
Turducken.
Turducken.
Turducken. Turducken. It is the combination of turkey, duck, and chicken. It is a noun, and it is a boneless chicken stuffed into a boneless duck, stuffed into a boneless turkey. We're talking about 3 layers of poultry. Apparently, this is a common thing. I was asking people at work yesterday. It was on my word calendar. I was like, "Hey, have you guys heard of turducken?" They're like, "Yeah, it's a turkey, chicken, duckin."
Oh my god! See, I never knew
turkey, duck, chicken. I said turkey, duck, and
it's a turkey, duck, chicken. I never knew what that really was. Kind of like I'd heard the term as well. I've never seen it.
What about Chucky? That'd be the same thing, right? Chicken, duck, turkey, Chucky.
Chucky, yeah, the Chucky, or a durkey, chidurkey.
Turkey?
a Durkian?
The dirty chicken.
Yeah, the dirty chicken.
A dirty jerky, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Have you had, so you've never had a turkey?
I never had it, but I immediately got curious, yeah.
We should do that. Imagine putting all that in there and then frying it.
Oh, boy, howdy.
That sounds incredible. Turducken. Well, if you've ever had a turducken, feel free to email us.
Yeah, everyone knows about it, but I've never met someone who has it. When I looked it up, it looked like a...
I've heard of a tofurkey.
What the?
Which is a tofu, like it's a substitute.
Tofurkey, yeah.
Yeah, which is gross.
Well, you got your tofurkeys.
Have you ever had tofu? I've never had tofu.
Yeah, remember Alexander Jonesy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so he actually, some kids were mean. They tried to they would hide meat in his lunch and stuff, make him eat it.
Up, yeah.
But so he used to be vegetarian, and his family used to be vegan. I went over to his house one time.
That's a horrible house to visit.
And they were like, "Hey, I just made cookies. Smelled amazing." Oh, no. I went up, grabbed it. I know vegan stuff has gotten a lot better, but that was the worst thing I ever put in my mouth. I immediately, I was sawdust? I asked them, I said, "What's wrong with this cookie?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "It tastes terrible." They're like, "Well, I mean, it's a vegan recipe." And I was like, "Oh, I had no idea." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
It probably tasted like sawdust.
Yeah.
It was probably disgusting.
It was bad. It wasn't good. Yeah, but some tofu, they basically make taste exactly like chicken. Sometimes you can't even tell. Besides it being like tofu.
I mean, I have no desire. You haven't had the Impossible Burger yet, right?
What?
The Burger King Impossible Burger?
What the hell is that?
How have you not heard of the Impossible? It's been on every commercial ever.
What?
Around the World Series and stuff like that.
No.
Yes.
I don't know no.
The Impossible Burger, that's the meatless burger that they made. Where it's like it's Beyond Meat. It's like those Beyond Burgers and stuff. There's no meat in it.
So what's it made out of?
A bunch of other but it's supposed to taste like a Whopper. And that, I don't know how this has missed you. It literally was been on every commercial, because here's the thing, they show the people...
I watched every game of the World Series, did not see an Impossible Burger.
It was, they show the people outside, here's Randy from Clifton, Virginia, and he's standing outside of a Burger King being like, wow, this does taste like meat. And then no, that wasn't an accent. And then it's like, oh, here's another person being like, oh, wow, this does taste just like a burger. Oh, my God, this is so crazy.
So I remember the commercials of that specifically.
Yes, that was for the Impossible
I thought
Burger.
It was for just their new burger, and they were like, this tastes like a burger. I'm like, well, then they hit their market, spot on.
Well, yeah, but the point is it's a meatless burger that tastes like a regular meat burger.
Nowhere in the commercial where it said meatless burger.
Yes, what do you mean? It's the whole commercial.
No, it's not.
Why would these people be standing around being like, yeah, it tastes like a burger if it was just a burger?
That's why I thought. I was like, this is probably some weird meta marketing, but they hit the nail on the head.
So they
made a burger, it tastes like a burger.
So you thought Burger King
there was no rolling out a new burger. Because guess what? 90% of the World Series was muted, so I'd have to listen to Joe Buck.
Well, yeah, that's understandable, but...
So I'm looking at this commercial like a silent film, and I'm like,
sure,
okay.
But... Okay, it's not a silent film though. I mean, why would they make? So in your mind, Burger King, we've got a new burger. Let's have people stand outside of Burger King and say, yes, this is a burger. It tastes like a burger. And then there'll be like, people will eat this shit up. Literally.
I thought it was a commercial for their Not a Big Mac.
They don't do Big Macs. That's McDonald's.
No, but they did Not a Big Mac as a burger, and it's a Big Mac. But they legally called
but
it
this is
not
a different
Big
thing.
Mac.
This is a different thing. Entirely different thing. It said Impossible Burger in giant letters
Okay,
all
but
over the commercial.
Okay, and I get that, but it does not
just don't know
say
how-
in print has no meat.
Well, okay, turn on subtitles and you'll see it. But no, it does say on the commercial, like, doesn't
I
have
don't-
meat.
I don't think so.
It doesn't have meat unless you're a moron and weren't paying attention to this commercial. So what's this new segment you got? You got a new segment here. I'll take one more piece of pizza. I'll have 2. Okay,
so.
all right, okay. I don't want to move it with my foot. Okay, I'll just move. So you have a new segment for me. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's called the Impossible Burger.
Yeah, I'm surprised you've heard of it. You're too stupid. Oh, did you know that Chick-fil-A has mac and cheese now too?
What?
And
No,
oh my god.
hold on.
No, you're doing bits.
No.
doing
Chick-fil-A's,
bits.
no. Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese?
Yes, they've had mac and cheese for months.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have. It has a little crusty top to it. It's delicious.
Do they?
It's
Are
incredible.
they using like chicken crumble pieces for it, or
No, it's just a good cup of mac and cheese. And it comes in 2 sizes, and it's delicious. I'm not going to lie.
How do you know all this?
Because I know food. Look at me. I'm 500 pounds.
Yeah.
But
so
what do you got? What do you got?
This is called Last Meals.
Okay.
I remember seeing an article a couple weeks back which had the last meals requested for prisoners on death row and exactly what they ordered. So I gave you the name and the reason why they were being executed, and I gave you a group of choices at the bottom, and you will have
hopefully they're all in the box this time.
They are, and you'll have to match. You have to guess.
Okay. Because last time you had choices that were outside of the box where you're like, oh yeah, obviously
If you're
these
using
will be right.
context clues, you would have known that they were still in it.
All right, so who's first? Who's first here?
So Victor, Fugger, kidnapping and murder.
Kidnapping and murder. So right off the bat, there's some pretty big names on this list too. So it's kind of hard to know. I don't know this guy, but kidnapping and murder, I feel like maybe a run-of-the-mill type of last meal. I'll go with let's go with the steak, fried chicken, cherry Kool-Aid, and pecan pie. Maybe he sounds like a pretty normal guy besides the kidnapping and murder part.
So
seems like a run-of-the-mill type of order.
he actually ordered one of the creepiest things: a single olive with the pit inside of it on a plate, and that's all.
That's weird.
It's super weird, right?
That's weird.
A fork and a knife and a little olive with the
See,
pit
because
in
like,
it.
who is that showing anything? Like, it's not like a fuck you to the criminal system. You getting a single olive with pit, like that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, man. I mean, he was about to die. He was like an hour from death, and he was like, "Give me an olive with the pit in it." And then as soon as he eats it, it's over. I don't know.
All right. So John
Next
Wayne
one,
Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy,
Oh.
33
Oh, yeah.
counts of
He had
murder.
he was the clown killer, I believe. He had a lot of kids murdered, I believe. A lot of young men. John Wayne Gacy, big fat guy, I believe. So I'm gonna go. So actually, I'm gonna use my guess that I did last time and go with it for these guys. So steak, fried chicken, cherry Kool-Aid, and pecan pie.
Incorrect.
Okay.
John Wayne Gacy, before he died,
Yeah.
requested 12 fried shrimp,
Okay, that was gonna be my other guess.
a
too.
bucket of KFC original spice
Wow.
chicken, French fries, and 1 pound of strawberries.
Jeez.
Is that weird?
That is weird. That's a heck of a meal. Think about 12 fried shrimp. Okay, French fries, but a bucket of KFC. So that we're talking probably like 12-piece bucket or
You
something
can, and
like that.
you literally eat until you feel that you've considered
Yeah.
you finished your meal.
Jesus. All right, who's next?
Timothy McVeigh. He was the
Ah.
Oklahoma bomber.
Yeah. Skinny,
it was like
skinny guy.
It's something crazy. It was like 163 counts of murder.
Yeah. Skinny guy. Probably not a big eater. He's probably gonna be either the declined last meal or he was gonna. I'm looking for one of the smaller meals here. I'll go. This isn't really a smaller meal, but it's kind of weird. I'm gonna go 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Wow, dude, you hit it on the head.
Okay.
This dude ordered 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream and nothing else.
Yeah, it's that seems like something he would do. Okay.
Ricky Ray Rector 2 counts of murder.
All right, so I'm going to go back to my logic before, where this seems like a guy that probably doesn't seem too out of the ordinary and weird. So he's probably pretty standard as far as his order. Those types of guys tend to order things like steaks or fried chicken. I'll go steak and the lobster order there.
This one was the steak, fried chicken, cherry Kool-Aid, and a pecan pie.
Ah, damn, I was close.
And what happened is he ate everything except for the pecan pie, and he left it. And he said to his officer as he was being walked down, he said, "I'm saving it for later."
Oh, for the
Weird.
afterlife.
Little omnibus, right?
What do you think? He wasn't going to die?
Who knows, man?
So
They never found the pie again.
Really?
No, I don't know. I assume they threw it away.
All right, what do you got next?
Ronnie Lee Gardner. Burglary and 2 counts of murder.
All right. Let's see. One of these guys has to be a weirdo and watch. So do all of these match up with one of them? Like there's no like extras thrown in there?
Mm-hmm. Ted Bundy was on here, but his was really boring.
Yeah. I'll take my steak lobster guess and apply it here with Ronnie Lee Gardner. So the one with the Lord of the Rings trilogy too.
You are correct.
Okay.
He wanted steak, lobster, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, all while watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
That's that would be something like you would ask for.
100%.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's an extra like 18 hours right there.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say. So
you just got to eat slow.
So how much of the Lord of the Rings trilogy did they let him watch is the real question.
I assume all. So I think Texas stopped giving last meals at some point.
Yeah.
Because some of them were getting really extreme too. But
Sure.
like you basically, if it's within their power to grant, I think you just get it.
Yeah, because I feel like some states
think about it,
probably
it's
have
just
like
food. So like unless
Yeah.
you're trying to order from like a French restaurant, like they'll probably spend a couple $100 on
like
a meal.
a wallaby. Like it's like, okay, well, we're not going to give you a wallaby.
If it's within reason, they'll probably spend like $100-$200 on a meal. So you can order whatever you want.
I feel like a Thanksgiving dinner would not be a bad option for your last meal, especially with all the sides, everything.
Man.
Or if you ordered a turducken as your last meal too, that would be pretty good. But here's the thing: it's like you're gonna die, so it doesn't matter. But do you really want your last moments to be like a stomach ache? Like, do you really want to eat so much that you're like, I mean, you're gonna die anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But still, it's like, I don't know. So some of these requests are pretty wild. Who's next here? What do we got?
Alan Lee Tiny Davis.
Ooh.
Robbery, 3 counts of murder.
Robbery and 3 counts of murder. Let's see what we're working with. Did we do the lobster, potatoes, ½ pound of shrimp, 1.5 pounds of shrimp yet?
Wait a minute, you tell me.
Let's go with that one. Let's go with the lobster, potatoes, ½
You're
pound
right.
of shrimp. Okay.
Lobster, potatoes, 1/2 pound of shrimp, 1/2 loaf of garlic bread.
That sounds like a great final
and
meal.
32 ounces of root beer.
32 ounces.
That's a lot of root beer.
a lot of root beer.
Next up is Angel Nieves Diaz. He murdered, kidnapped, and did a count of armed robbery.
Okay. My guess is this guy, pretty run-of-the-mill standard type of order. I will say the grilled cheese one. Grilled cheese, pint of cottage cheese.
That's not a standard order. A pint of cottage cheese?
Oh, cottage cheese is so gross.
No, he declined his last meal. He was served a regular meal because they have to give you something,
Yeah.
I think. And then he
Interesting.
didn't eat that either, so he went to dead hungry.
Went to dead hungry. That's
Yeah.
funny. Steven Anderson.
7 murders and escaped prison.
All right, then I'm going to take my grilled cheese order and apply it to Steven Anderson.
That's the only one you haven't used, yeah.
Okay,
Grilled
well.
cheese, a pint of cottage cheese, radishes, and then peach pie.
Let's provide a couple options as far as your last meal. So I said Thanksgiving meal would be good. I think what else?
I'm doing hibachi.
Hibachi. Yeah, they have to bring in the chef though too.
Mm-hmm.
Cling, 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 cling. Oh, I wasn't gonna do an accent. Shrimp in the pocket. Oh, and then it goes in the pocket.
Oh.
Like, oh. This is me trying to not do an Asian accent.
You sound like the guy from Frozen, like, yoo-hoo, mix up a blowout.
Olaf, is that his name? Never seen it. Never seen.
We just saw the second one.
God, I know. I saw it on
Amazing.
Facebook. I was like, get a load of this. Dalton's going to fucking Frozen 2 right now. It's like a Saturday evening, and you're going
Friday
to Frozen
night,
2.
actually.
Friday night, you're going to
And,
Frozen 2.
That theater, empty. There were probably like 15 people in there, and
Yeah,
it
'cause
was
all
opening.
the kids were
like,
asleep.
It was opening night.
Yeah, because no one.
It was the most It was a messed up ghetto theater. Like
Yeah, where did you go? What theater did you go?
Springfield, somewhere in Springfield.
Jeez, why would you go all the way out there?
I don't know, but they had 2 cops in the parking lot of the movie theater.
Yeah, I think I've been to that theater.
And the best part is, I can't believe I mentioned this. Nobody fucking works there. So we bought
it's one of those theaters.
We,
I've been to one of
we
those
bought
like
the
that.
tickets online. We
Yeah.
roll up to the front box. No one's in there. There's no signs. No out to lunch. Nothing. We walk inside. There is no one manning the little booths to take your tickets. So we had no way to even print off the tickets, to scan the tickets. We just walked in. This has happened twice. We saw Beauty and the Beast there too or something. And there was no, like, we bought the physical tickets.
Yeah.
No one took them because no one was there manning anything.
You had to go and look and figure out what theater it's
So, I
in.
mean, like, we're good people, so we paid for it. But, like, next time we go, we're probably just going to walk in.
Yeah, might as well.
Because they don't stop anyone. And I don't think anyone works there. And they have, like, 3 people running the concession stands. And when I was in line to get some popcorn, this guy came up and was like, hey, I'd like the chicken tenders. And the guy was like, talking to me. He's like, if you're okay waiting about 35 minutes.
35 minutes?
And I was like, and he said, okay. And I was
What?
like, how? You're not waiting 35
No,
minutes.
35 minutes. So the movie's halfway over at that point. If you're seeing Frozen 2,
So he rang him up, he paid, and then he walked away. And I'm
That's
like, are you
insane.
just going to fucking wait here?
yeah, are you gonna
These
set
better be goddamn amazing.
set an
nuts.
alarm on your phone to know when to go get your chicken tenders?
Check the Run P app.
I think the longest I'd wait for chicken tenders is maybe 15 minutes. Maybe not even that, to be honest. If I'm at the movies, first
I'm
of
at the
all, I'm
movie
not
theater,
getting any of that
yeah.
shit anyways. Unless you're at the Alamo, then you get the order, you got the waitress and all that stuff. But if you're at a regular theater, just get your popcorn, get your candy, and that's
Get
all you
out,
need
yeah.
there. That's wild. There was a theater in Ashburn that was like that too, where like you go in there, no other people would be in the theater as far as like attendees, and there'd be nobody working there either. And you'd just be like, how is this place in business? Who's working here? How is anyone making any money in this situation?
Exactly.
It's crazy. We've got. We were talking about real quick before we move to the next segment though. Last meal stuff. We were saying.
Yeah, I'd probably do a like a full-on hibachi
Yeah, hibachi.
like
that's what you said.
experience.
Yeah, I think that's good.
that would have to be it. And
Yeah.
I think I'd do that, and then I would do like an 8-pound bag of candy.
Yeah.
And I would just sit there
That does sound
while
like
I'm
you.
watching maybe Lord of the Rings, but I would just sit there until I finished every single piece of that candy, no matter how many times I threw up, and then I would go.
It's almost worth it at that point, you know? 8 pound of
God,
candy,
yeah.
it's a free meal for you. Unless, like, your family gets billed for it. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I've never been to death row, so I'm not sure.
Our tax dollars pay for it.
Oh, well, there you go. See, then I feel a little bit better about paying taxes every year. If I'm contributing to that man's last, Lord of the Rings journey, then, there it is. What you got to do is you got to pick make a 7-movie trilogy or something. Be like, I want to watch all the Fast and Furious movies or something like
I want
that.
to watch every episode.
Ooh, you pick a show now. Yeah, you say The Simpsons. That's on Disney Plus. First of all, that show's still going. There's like 600
It
episodes.
should have stopped at like 300.
Crazy.
First
right.
300, incredible episode.
Oh yeah, no, we're watching it right now. And I've seen a lot of it before.
It's
but
cool to see I have two. It's cool to see the animation style get better.
Oh yeah, but the jokes are still great, even all the way back at season 1. Shout out to The Simpsons, sponsor of this show. So we'll move on to movie theater. So we're gonna give the people a little movie trailer here.
Don't you think we need to get a little news update?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, actually, first we got to check in with our boys Chet and Chip. Hold on, I think we got them by
Sponsored
live.
by Bing.com.
Bing.com, Bing News. And I think we got them by satellite right now. Do you hear them on the other line?
Up. Oh, wait.
Is that...
I think I'm hearing... I'm Chet Morningstar.
Oh, there they are. There's the boys. All right, go ahead and listen to this news update. Rise and shine, Rando Nation, and welcome to Chet and Chip in the Morning, where we find new news while you snooze. I am Chip Daly.
And I'm Chet Morningstar.
And this is the news. So let's go ahead and I'll start. You started last time, Chip. God, I will never remember. I'll cut any of that out. All right, let's start with some domestic news here. A 52-year-old woman.
Sounds good, Chip.
Oh, sure. Thanks. Yes, Chet. No, Chip. I'm Chip. A 52-year-old woman was arrested in Louisiana for selling medical excuse notes to students for $20 each. She was discovered after one student turned in an excuse that cited a hysterectomy as a reason to get out of class. Moving on, a man got purposefully stung by the executioner wasp for a History Channel series. What hurts worse, being stung by an executioner wasp or being stung by an executioner wasp on a channel nobody watches? Very hard to say executioner, isn't it, Chet? Lastly, a Minnesota museum held a creepiest doll contest last week. The winner of the contest, Rudy Giuliani.
Okay, that wasn't bad.
Well, Chet, what do you have for the good people this morning?
Well, let's take a look at the US of A news right now. We're going to hone in on Florida. A baby shower gift purchased at a Florida thrift store contained a loaded gun. When questioned by reporters, the local police chief commented, "This isn't the first baby shower involving firearms Florida has seen, and it certainly won't be the last." The family has now recently adjusted their registry to read cash only. And Goodwill is now implementing a radical new policy of actually opening the goddamn boxes that get donated. Moving over to Tennessee, it looks like there's an electric eel that is now powering the Tennessee Aquarium Christmas lights. Remember, kids, it's not slavery. If the eel could speak for itself, it would say it wants to be doing this. In the aquarium, when pressed on this issue, are claiming that the eel is simply just really into Christmas. And rounding out, a stray bullet strikes a baby shark toy inches from a sleeping toddler.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a baby struck a baby.
This incident has caused many local DJs to remix the Baby Shark song to say, "Baby Shark, don't shoot my kid."
Ah, nice. I mean, not nice about the person being shot, but that was a good line there, Chet. Yes, you are Chet. And rounding off, we've got a couple stories here that Chet and Chip and I both like to contribute our thoughts on. We've got a couple here.
I have thoughts.
Chet. You do have thoughts. You also have issues. Condition and issues. So, Chet, a former manager of a DoD aerospace threat program stated that UFOs are real. Now, his statement was delivered inside a Denny's bathroom at the top of his lungs, but we still, it's still being reported as news. Any thoughts on that, Chet?
Yeah, Chip. I got a little tidbit here. This just came in. So local officials have actually been responding to inquiries on this, commenting that sitting on the edge of your street in a cardboard box with foil covering your body does not actually qualify as a DoD aerospace threat program. However, his management skills were never called into question.
Lastly, a wandering bear in California managed to open and climb inside the door of the family's SUV last week, Chet. And to be fair, the bear simply mistook the vehicle for the Uber that he had requested. Happens to all of us, Chet.
No charges were actually pressed for the attempted carjacking. It should be noted that he did just barely pass his California's driving test and was actually licensed to operate a vehicle.
Chet, did you happen to have a wonderful Thanksgiving with the family there? Marge, your two kids there, not Lisa and Bart, obviously. That would be humorous. But did you have a good Thanksgiving with the family?
I don't know how to respond to that question. I don't see anything on the teleprompter.
Oh, that's true. We forgot to turn it on. Well, Chet, any final thoughts here before we wrap up the broadcast here? Big thanks to the Random Word Podcast for having us on. Yet again, a lot of news over the break that we were not reporting last week, but we are back in action, and I believe we've got some great stories for next week as well.
Absolutely. Turn to crowd and smile.
Well, that is Chet Morningstar.
I'm Chet Morningstar.
I am Chip Daly. He has a condition, and that is the news. Have a pleasant tomorrow.
Today.
All right, guys. Thank you for the news update. God, Chet and Chip are always on
Never
top
fail
of
to
it,
deliver. Yeah, I think they're Pretty funny dude.
Can you believe some of those stories, the UFO stuff? I mean, it's unbelievable, man.
Who do you think's funnier?
Honest
Opinion, honest assessment. Who do you think might be funnier?
Man, it's tough
Chet
to
or
say.
Chip?
It's tough to say because it's hard to remember which one is which.
Yeah, probably Chet though, right?
Chip, or maybe it's Chet. You know,
it's Chet. It's got to be Chet. Chet's probably the funniest.
It's close. It's a close race.
Yeah.
But
close race with Chet edging out the competition.
I don't know. We'll think about it. I'll let the people decide. Chet or Chip, hashtag on Twitter. So movie theater, the segment where we create a movie trailer based around 3 words. Let's see. I'll let you select. Go say 1 or 2. I know you're chewing, so I'll let you hold up your bony fingers up. Jesus Christ. Looking like, what is that like? Cartoon Halloween movie where the guy's face kind of looks like the moon.
Jack Skellington?
Yeah, you look like Jack Skellington.
Nightmare Before
It's
Christmas.
interesting that you got that quickly because I thought it would take longer. Meanwhile, you don't know the Impossible Burger.
Also, his face doesn't look like the moon. He's a skeleton.
And that Chick-fil-A has mac and cheese.
That's honestly probably the best news I've gotten all day.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about KFC's new chicken sandwich?
Yeah, obviously.
Jesus Christ. Oh, it's all came out at the same time.
No, it didn't.
All right, which one are we doing?
CEO, Secret, and Dirty.
Okay. Do we go? Do we bring that back? That's not really like a movie trailer music, though. That's the problem. We got that. Got. No, we can't play that. Oh, here we go. Movie trailer. This is movie. Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Valedictorian at his high school and college. On the fast track to success. Got a job with Daddy's company.
A billionaire bad boy living life on the edge.
But he had a secret obsession. He liked to get a little dirty.
And by dirty, we mean
covered in mud. He couldn't stop staring.
Who's the little piggy? Oink, oink. Who's the little piggy?
Oink, oink. Mr. Jensen. Knock first. Hold on my calls.
Why are you covered in mud, Chip?
I tripped. Walking home. It's not important.
Why are you wearing that
You're fired.
Why are you wearing that nose on your face, Chip? I don't understand. Oh, wait. I'm fired? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
One man. Secret. This little piggy didn't go to the market. It ran your business.
Coming this fall.
PEO.
PEO. Pig Executive Officer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That wasn't bad. That was okay.
All right, it's time to move on to the segment that is sweeping the nation.
Remix. Oh. Welcome to Fish Bowl. Tilly, sing it.
Time for Fishbowl. Segment where we pitch terrible or useful inventions, ideas, or investment opportunity.
And we'd just like to take a quick moment to thank our studio and general life sponsor, Bing.com. If you don't know the answer, Bing might.
Bing is pretty much everything in the world.
Bing pays for the clothes on our back, the Bing sponsored
I'm
polos.
wearing Bing underwear right now.
Yeah, the Bing sponsored polos, the Bing sponsored underwear. I just got a Bing tattoo on my neck.
Yeah, you did. It's on the other side. That's why you can't see it.
I don't regret that at all.
Yeah.
It contractually obligated to love it, actually.
You had to do it. And, I got my tattoo as well, but I can't show it to you because it's in a personal area. Mm-hmm. So, Fishbowl, we're going to pitch some ideas. We're going to see if maybe Bing will get on board and kind of incubate these ideas. You never know. They may, this is part of their Bing Next project where they take young entrepreneurs like us with our ideas and they launch them to the sky. So, do you want to go first or would you like me? Okay. Well, it's been a while. I haven't been first ever, really, because you keep forgetting. All right, ready?
Welcome to the Fish Bowl. Please present your idea.
Hello, fishes. It's that time of year again. office secret Santas. But here's the problem. You drew that name out of the hat. It's Brendan over there in the corner. Who the is Brendan? I know nothing about this guy.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Enter their name into our system and any of their social media handles into Christmas Spy, and a few options will be generated. Basically, the system will mine all their social media and internet presence history, and they will be able to locate all these key items about them, and they will present you up to 5 different gift options that make sense for that person. No longer do you have to wonder, do I just get something generic? Do I get something stupid? No, you're going to get a very specific gift that they will like. ChristmasSpy.com. Join the spying today. This holiday season.
All right, my turn?
That's pretty good. No, that's pretty good.
Is it my turn?
So you enter in their name and their social media handles, and the system will mine everybody's all over social media.
So there is a similar actual app for Secret Santas where everyone who's participating in the Secret Santa populate a list of stuff that they want.
Oh, see, no, this is not that at all, though. This is, like, our office doesn't do that. No.
So this would just straight up use information about their social medias to...
So you provide their name.
What if they were, like, really into some dirty stuff? Would you get, like...
It's going to generate 5 options.
Like,
you're going to have to work with those options.
I don't know. Would, like, a lot of fetish gear pop up? What if they were, like, a jabroni?
You also enter in, like, if there's a money limit on the gifts, you could enter in, like, $20 and under. Not bad. And it'll present you... so that way you're getting...
So could you use it for anyone? Or is it just coworkers?
Technically, it is called Christmas Spy, but you could really use it year-round. We don't take down the website or anything like that. But, yeah, you just enter in their name and their social media handles. Or if you don't know them, the social media handles, just enter in their name and it will find them.
Well, it'll find them or find people.
Well, here's the thing. People that don't have social media, the way it works is Christmas Spy will employ one of their many spies, also known as private investigators, to track down these people and monitor them for a week and then generate the 5 options from there.
Okay. Actually, not going to lie, this is probably one of your better ideas.
I'm not going to lie. It is.
I'll give it at least 3.5.
4 stars from me. I
that's not bad. I mean,
okay. I mean, it's great.
It's
I know, and you know it. So.
Yeah, it's
you're going to be thinking about that one tonight. Welcome to the
fishes.
dojo.
I understand your time is limited on this earth, so I won't waste yours. All right, we've all been there. Using public restrooms, it's scary. We have anxiety. We're scared about a lot of things. Some of us have had the doors kicked open on them while using a restroom. No more, I tell you. No more. I stand on the table and I say I am done because I have Potty Lock. Potty Lock is a collapsible, additional, external locking system for any bathroom stall.
Okay.
It currently fits industry standards and many office templates. It's extendable. It attaches to the door from the inside. You simply extend the Potty Lock to either side of the stall doors and lock it into place, and no one will be opening your door on your watch. We've already done beta testing. It is getting incredible feedback. I am here to pitch you Potty Lock. Protect your privacy with Potty Lock.
How transportable is a Potty Lock?
It collapses to about the size of, about as tall as a beer can and about as skinny as a pencil. But it's made of basically the same material that police batons are made out of. So very strong, very sturdy.
If you say beer can in a British accent, see what it sounds like.
Beer. Wait, hold on. It's a beer con. Beer con. Beer con.
It sounds like a Jamaican saying bacon, I think. Bacon. Or is it if you say bacon in a British accent, it sounds
bacon.
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 Would you like some bacon?
Abby told me this trick. How does it work?
Beer can?
It's something to do with beer can and bacon. It's like if you say beer can in a certain accent, it sounds like a Jamaican. Beer can. Sounds like a Jamaican saying bacon.
Beer can. Beer can.
That's an
beer
Indian
can.
accent.
Welcome
or is it bacon?
To the beer can.
I don't know.
Beer can.
So it's the size of a beer can.
So it's about this tall, about the size of a beer can.
What do? You just put it on the lock?
And it's about as skinny as this. And it's made out of the same material police batons are.
Okay.
And it can withstand up to about like 300 pounds of external force. And if you're in a bathroom, we're not looking for a I don't think anyone's going to come in there with a battering ram. So
Yeah, I was about to say that's a lot of force.
Yeah, so we made it with that in mind. It can be used on any type of stall door.
Or any door in general.
That's currently being manufactured today, as long as there are walls on either side, yes.
Man, see, this is a little dangerous.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is a little dangerous for those who are locking the door for nefarious reasons, and the police or anybody needs to come break down the door. Think about this, and I bet you didn't.
The great thing about stalls, right, is that they could just look over top.
Well, then what's the point of this? Because then the person can still get in.
No, to stop someone from opening the door while you're using the restroom.
So it sounded to me like you're trying to frame this as like a protection device.
No,
it's if somebody's chasing you, you can run to the bathroom, plug this into the wall somehow, and it makes the door stop.
I'm framing this as
what about the doors that swing outward?
If you were anxious about so that I'm glad you asked. So
it's useless.
No. So it attaches. So think about this way: stall has
I know how
sides.
stalls work.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in the bathroom.
Here are the two sides of the stall door.
Yeah.
Here is the stall door.
Sure.
This connects to the wall to the side walls. And there are two suctions.
So they open the door, and they just see a thing going across the thing.
No. So it extends out, and it locks into the two sides.
Yeah.
And there are two suctions on the front, which hold the door in place in case it swings outward. If it swings inward, all you need is that bar to stop it from moving.
Okay.
And it's purely to protect yourself while using the restroom. For those of you that have social anxiety or have fears about people maybe opening a bathroom door and going, hello.
I'm just saying, like, a heroin addict goes in there to smoke up, to heroin up.
Sure,
and
but I don't know why they'd be doing that in a public restroom. Then they would just do this. They would wait until the guy came out, or they would look over the top.
Guy's never coming out. He's never coming out because he's
got
this barrier.
They'll get a battering ram. I don't know what to tell you.
Now you're
there are holes at the bottom, there are holes at the top, and you can peek through the crack.
Now you're causing more trouble for the police than they need.
Why,
you know how hard it is to be a policeman today?
A meth addict.
There's cameras
would
everywhere.
Go out and buy the potty lock just to do drugs in a public restroom?
Because it sounds like a genius idea. Oh, I can put this potty lock on. Nobody can bother me. The police can't get at me, and I can do as many drugs as I want. You know who'd be upset about this mention? The Mothers Against Drug Use, MADU. They would be furious about this invention, and I think that you're not going to get their support. So.
But by the logic
you
of
just didn't think of this through. It's okay.
No.
You didn't think this through. You thought, oh, I'm going to put a bar, and when really you can stick your hand out and hold the door from going out too.
Why would you do if you? Okay, you're telling me that you.
I do that every time. I stick my feet out.
Yeah.
Well, here's what you do: you take your foot, you curl it around the bottom of the door, and then that way.
You know how weird that looks?
It doesn't look weird.
What if it swings inward? What if it swings inward? You just pulled it in faster.
No, because you use your other foot against the other side of the door.
Let's revisit the meth thing. So. Yeah. Because they put the
I
potty
said
lock.
When you said meth, drugs much?
Because they put the potty lock on the door, the police can't touch them. So when I go into my house and I lock the door, police can't touch me, right?
Yeah. So
is that your logic? Even if they wanted to get to me, they couldn't.
They can't. Once you're in your domain, they can't unless they go get a battering ram. Like
right.
You
so
said.
the public restroom is their domain.
Yeah. I mean, I call it that when I'm using the commode. Yeah. With the little poo hole or whatever it is, Albert Pujols that's down there.
It's a baseball joke for those of you.
Yeah, the nerds that listen won't get it. But yeah, I just think that you didn't think this through. It's a weird device. It's like, okay, so let's say this. You're in the stall.
It's a Charlie bar for your bathroom.
You're in the stall. Guy gets in the stall next to you. You hear some sort of weird noise that sounds like a metal bar being like placed on your wall, on your little urinal side of things, and you're just like, what is happening right now? What is this guy doing that he needs this much protection while he's going to the bathroom?
Then he'll be like, wow, that's so smart. He probably
Here's the other question. Does it work with urinals? Because that's a big problem in society.
What is a skinny metal bar going to do for any urinals? Theoretically, you can extend it at the top.
Oh, and it comes, a little curtain comes down. It gives you privacy.
I said
that makes a lot of sense.
To put your hand on in case you wanted to, lean or something.
Wait, no, you do the wall. Everybody's done the wall move.
What if the wall's dirty? That's the only situation it could apply for.
There was a guy.
It's not made for urinals, Ben.
Here's the thing, and is this weird that there was a guy? God, we talk about pee every episode. There was a guy. Do you? Okay, I'm not gonna be too graphic, but when you urinate in a urinal, what do you do with your hands? What do you tend to do?
What do you mean?
No, do you?
I keep them around my business.
Well, yes. So do you direct? you kind of you use. Do you have like an aiming hand and the other one kind of rests on your
Nope, I just I evenly distribute pressure.
Yeah, sure.
On the waistband to.
Okay, yeah. So you do the Superman pose.
Well,
so you kind of
no. I mean, okay. First of all, I'm not a toddler.
Did you do the inspector?
Well, first of all,
so
I
you
dropped
do the inspector where you kind of a finger in each loophole.
Pretty much, yeah, sure.
A belt hole, not loophole, and you just kind of let it fly.
I mean,
I'm just curious. I just don't know what other people do because you can't look and see.
Well, I don't drop my pants around my ankles. And
I don't do that either. But I want to make sure I'm doing things correctly.
No, I do.
I've only been urinating in urinals for like 5 years.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're new to the game.
Yeah, so I didn't know. I don't know what you do with your hands. I don't know if you put them behind your head. I don't know.
First of all, if I ever went to a goddamn urinal and someone went, "Oh yeah,"
there was a guy who was like texting with both hands, and I was like, "Dude, like, don't you have to do a little bit of direction? Like, what happens if it's?"
Well, it's what they don't tell you is it's all in the hips. Okay. So depending where you move your hips, that's all you need. Once you're locked in place,
nobody ever told me that.
Yes, but I do something similar to the sheriff, the inspector, where I have my hands right there where the fly is to direct.
This is my town here. See,
but first of all, I would never lean against the wall. I've seen tons of people do that. It's weird.
Well, you do the wall lean when you're drunk. That's
when you're drunk. But like I've seen people do this while they're just urinating and they go like, and I'm like, what is?
That's weird. Any noise is gross.
You should not be making a noise like that. Yeah. And when you enter the bathroom, like, you cease to exist. So like if you see people you can nod, but like don't ever start a conversation.
I just remembered this week on Monday, I went into the bathroom to use a urinal. My boss was coming out of a stall, and I said, "Having fun in there?" And
what?
He was coming out. I was like, "Are you having fun in here?"
You psychopath.
And like he was like, he kind of like laughed like nicely, but he was kind of just like clearly like that's a very like out of all things to say that's like very weird.
Yeah.
I felt weird about it.
Having fun in there. You know what you just insinuated? That he was not using the restroom.
Yeah, and he wasn't using the fucking potty lock because
guess what?
First of all, what bathrooms even need this? Okay, just that one incident that you had in that one building where the crippled kid kicked open the door with his crutches and you were using the.
Okay, first of all, no. One, he was in a wheelchair. Two, the guy who opened the door has been open 3 times on me. Oh, okay. Actually 4. It happened your weird bathroom again recently.
At your weird bathroom.
No,
I've never experienced that ever, except for my aunts. Remember?
No, yeah, it's a real thing. It happens, and it's to prevent that from happening. But did I tell you? I did this. All these government bathrooms suck. Yeah. I did the same thing to somebody else. The door was like it wasn't closed all the way. So there's like a crack in it.
Yeah, because they had the potty lock, and I thought it would.
And so I was just like, I was like, no, I probably shouldn't just.
Why didn't you do the check for the feet check?
It was packed.
You don't put your. Oh well, it was packed, so other people were also waiting to use it, or
yeah. And so I was just like, well, no one's going to this one, even though it's cracked open. But someone's probably like maybe just using it like a urinal, which is, and that's fine to keep it cracked if that's the thing, because you're
that happens, yeah.
But so I turned to go around, but I lost like my footing a little bit. My shoulder bumped the door.
Oh no!
Flung open, dude sitting there, and like first of all. That one, the door was not even closed, so it took a slight breeze, and that thing flew open, and the guy was just like...
Poor guy. Probably was an intern or something.
I left. I walked out of the building. I was like, I'm just going to go like get some fresh air.
That's horrible, man. It's disgusting. Potty lock. It's only like 2 stars, because this is a useless invention. Nobody needs this.
A lot of people like the body bag, too.
Okay, one person liked it, and they were paid to like it. I know. You sent them a Venmo. I was able to see it.
Just do it!
Do's and don'ts, people.
Just do it!
Our chance to provide you some guidance. Clearly, we are 2 geniuses that know how life works. Speaking of the Christmas Spy, coming up, office Christmas parties. We got ours on the 17th. Stop by Mascot Books if you want to come by.
Mine is tomorrow, and I won't be at work.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, you have to pay for the tickets, though. It's a whole big thing.
Oh, stupid government.
It's like a fancy one.
Oh, yeah. There goes my tax dollars. Office Christmas parties.
Yep.
Do's and don'ts. You got to have some do's and don'ts for this. So let's pretend you would be going to the office Christmas party tomorrow. Let's give some do's and don'ts for that.
Do is you need to dress up about halfway.
Sure.
So you need to have something.
Oh, ours is just in the middle of the day at work.
So you need to have something semi-festive, but not too into it.
Yeah.
because it's going to draw too much attention to you, or people might not find it funny, or maybe people don't celebrate Christmas. So you either go with the one Christmas tie,
Sure.
or the hat, or an ugly sweater. Not all three. You have to pick between one.
You can't overdo it. And it does depend on the size of your company or place of business, of course. Like my company's more of a 20 to 30 people. Salty Dalton's is the entire country.
20 to 30 people. Okay.
So for my suggestion as far as a do goes is, so you obviously have your crew. Anytime you're at work, you have your crew, your group of people. What you got to do is make sure, so there may be booze supplied at the Christmas party. It depends on the party. Ours, for example, there should be some beer there. But here's the thing, you can't really rely on the company supply of beer. What you got to do is you and your buddies, you bring your own little mini cooler. You put that underneath your desk. You don't show anybody except for the people that are in your crew. Bring your own supply of beer, some of your favorites, and work within that cooler parameters throughout the Christmas party. So that way, other people are like, oh man, like, where did you get that beer? And just be like, oh, it's in the company fridge. And they keep going to the company fridge. Oh, I guess they're all out. But you're meanwhile dining on some great IPAs, some of your favorite beers, and it's just you and your buddies, and nobody else can have any.
Nice. Okay, I like that. A don't for office Christmas parties. Don't not talk to your boss. You have to be right up on your boss 24/7. You need to basically follow him around, laugh at all of his jokes, be uncomfortably close to him, and all for the Christmas spirit. So just keep talking about Christmas and how you'll be lonely during Christmas and how it would just be really awesome if you could finally have some human interaction for Christmas.
Sure.
Just keep saying that. And eventually the boss is going to just be so weirded out that he might offer you money to leave.
Yeah.
Or he'll be like...
promote you to a different department.
Yep. He'll get you out of there so fast. So you got to be like... Don't be cool at the Christmas party. You got to be weird.
You got to be weird. Yeah, because most likely you want to leave that job anyways. So my don't... Here's a big thing.
Yeah, especially if you invented the... whatever the you invented. Oh, the I Spy with my little Christmas eye.
That's a better name. So mine would be, so you don't ever want to be the drunkest person at the office party, of course, because then everyone's going to remember that. So what you want to do is... Are you making the table shake?
Yeah.
So what you want to do is, but you still want to get, liquored up. So what you got to do is you got to make sure somebody else is the drunkest person at the Christmas party. So I'm not saying like spike their drinks or anything, obviously, but make sure
I believe the term is roofling.
No. We're not talking about doing that. I'm saying that what you got to do is you just steadily supply them with alcohol throughout the night. Be that really good friend where they're just like, oh wow, this is incredible. This guy keeps getting me beers. Make sure they are as drunk as possible throughout the night. That way you can get pretty drunk, but you are not the drunkest one, because everyone remembers the drunkest. Nobody remembers the second drunkest at the party.
That's true. That is actually very true. Yeah.
Next one here. We want to go second one or the third one?
Yeah, we can do third dates.
All right, so third date. So any of those randos, you've been on a couple dates. You did your initial Tinder date or whatever. You guys grabbed coffee, had a good time, planned a second date. Maybe this time you go for dinner. Now we're reaching third dates.
Third dates
What's it do?
It's it's got that stigma on it, right? It's the third date.
There's a possibility in the air for sweet lovemaking.
Oh, I was gonna say hand holding or.
Oh, well, it's a form of that.
So what did third date use? Third date used to be. It was definitely a kiss, right? In high school, in middle school.
Yeah, somewhere around there, sure.
And then college, it was
probably
sweet lovemaking.
Yeah.
So really, it's just two steps.
Yeah, but what about the dates themselves? Some do's and don'ts. Whether it's whether your goal is for the sweet lovemaking or just,
I think if things are going really well, basically your third date has to be memorable.
It does.
So you might need to take
some make or break type date.
You might need to take some extra steps to make it memorable. Maybe you pay somebody to pretend to rob you, and you scoop her up.
We call that the Bruce Wayne.
You scoop.
Because his parents robbed
and then
murder.
you shoot their parents in front of her.
Exactly.
And then she turns into a symbol of justice. Yeah.
Call that the Bruce Wayne.
That's the Bruce Wayne. It's a long game. It's a long game, but
you're right
it
there.
works better if she's like a little kid.
You're right there as her shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, after because you have the smoking gun after you shot both her parents.
You hire somebody else to do it. So I have been.
How awkward is that after he shoots the parents and comes up to you like, hey,
Yeah.
oh, do you have
parents just got fucking shot?
Do you have my direct deposit
Yeah.
for like? Why are you paying him? Oh, it's nothing,
Yeah,
baby. It's nothing.
a side thing. Yeah.
So I think like maybe you stage something where you save her from a robbery, or like maybe like you arrange for.
It's gotta be big.
Yeah, something crazy. Something crazy needs to happen, and then you're good to go.
Kind of similar to that. I think you got to go big for third date, because here's the thing: it's a make or break situation. If after your third date, you don't like this guy or girl anymore, you're probably going to break it off by now. If you do like them, then you're going to continue onwards. So the way to really kind of speed up the train a little bit, if you will,
Propose?
is for the third date, not propose, but we're talking trips, people. We're talking
Oh
buy
my God, yeah.
2 tickets to
Sandals.
a 2-week-long cruise that stops in Sandals, Jamaica, or anywhere in the Caribbean.
So Sandals, Jamaica. Is Sandals a resort?
A resort,
chain?
yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah.
said Sandals, Jamaica, like it was a
I think there's
city.
multiple Sandals.
Beer can.
Yeah, as you may know by the famous line, beer can in British. So what you have to do is you got to go big. So you buy those yacht tickets or those cruise tickets or whatever. Make sure it's a lengthy amount of time, 2 weeks. And if after those 2 weeks you guys don't want to kill each other, or you haven't thrown her over the side or him over the side of the boat, then you're probably meant for the long haul.
It's because there's like the it's like when your coworker and stuff. Do they pass the airplane test
Yeah.
or the airport
It's
test?
true. When you hang out
you
with
can-
when you travel with a coworker for
if
the
you
first
can
time,
travel with a coworker and
yeah.
you are not immediately pissed off,
if they don't piss on your bed like one of mine.
and so it's the airport test. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. What about a don't?
My don't is don't have the third date, have the fourth date.
That's exactly where I was going.
So you
Son of a
basically
bitch.
you need to Photoshop a lot of pictures that
Yeah.
you already have together, or that they have on their like. Basically, you cut out the 2 pictures.
Yeah.
You hire a professional Photoshop wizard,
Sure.
and you're going to Photoshop a date where you two are both doing something. Maybe it's like you're next to some fire breathers and like somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you go on your third date, and then she's like, "Wow, can you believe it's a third date?" You'd be like, "Third? This is our fourth date."
Fourth one. You don't remember this, honey?
Yeah, and you pull up the pictures and you go, "We had such a great time." Like, we're already on our fourth. The pressure of the third date is already gone, and she feels so bad because she forgot about the time you spent together.
Yeah.
And boom, you guys are probably gonna just start making out right there.
Probably, likely. My don't. So you took
Her
my
or
don't,
him.
but I'll go with exactly. My don't would be
No, I don't know why you said it like that.
no. I said exactly. Like you're right. Yeah, her or him. It could be either way.
I don't know. You sounded like
No, that wasn't like I didn't have a.
it sounded kind of sarcastic.
No, there's no
yeah.
sarcastic.
Like exactly,
No,
bro.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, exactly right.
I
said
don't know what
it
you have
excitingly.
against like people living their life.
I have nothing against anybody, as you heard my accents earlier in the show. So my don't would be, don't be the one that goes on that third date with her. You bring in a plant. You bring in another person to go on that date with her for you. Have it go horribly because they're a terrible person, and then at that point she'll be like, "Man, I'm really glad I was dating this other guy, you, because this guy's clearly horrible, and I'm really glad that I'm dating you."
So
It makes sense. It makes sense.
So you're gonna bring in another body
So you go up to her
right
or him,
before the date and say you're
Yes.
gonna go on the date
Yes,
with
you're gonna
this
go
guy
with him.
instead.
but you say like, "Oh, he's a great guy. Like everybody loves him. Like
So-
you guys should have a good time."
So you're willingly like just being like,
but
hey,
you, but
guys,
that guy knows that it's not like a real date,
okay, but
and he's gonna act
how is
horribly on
the other
purpose.
person gonna feel about this? They show up for a date with you, and you go, no, you will be hanging out with Jeremy today, and Jeremy just like spits on the ground and like goes, "Let's go." And,
Yeah.
like, and what's the plan after that? Like,
Well, it just makes you look better. So then they're like, "Oh man."
right, but
yeah.
she associates you as the one who set it up.
Well, no, maybe, but you.
Are you saying like maybe the plant connects with her on Tinder, and then they go on their date, and he makes it so bad that
Something
your
like
date
that.
stands out?
Something like that.
That sounds a lot
That's
better,
what I
more
was gonna
thought
say.
through.
No, that's
think.
what I said. Well, okay. Well, you stole my freaking idea that I was going to say, where you don't actually go on the third date. That was going to be mine. And you,
Were you gonna Photoshop and
You-
stuff?
you
Where
saw-
were
you-
you going with that?
you saw the.
What was your one gonna be?
It was going to be convince her that she got into an accident and that she had her memory loss. And then, like, even like put a bandage on the back of her head. That she
That'd be
doesn't
hilarious.
notice.
Yeah, like
And
just
she's
gauze
like,
wrap.
honey, like we went on that ski trip. You don't remember that?
Put
That
the
was so much
hospital
fun.
bracelet on her arm. That's all you need to do.
Exactly. Well, she's sleeping. You just sneak in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably not living together at that point, but
Well, you never know. Third dates move pretty quick.
You never know. It's 2019, almost 2020.
Yeah, it's fine for guys or girls to be together, right, Ben?
That's what I said.
Sorry, let me excuse this bigotry. Hello, Random Word Podcast.
You did it again, Salty D. That's what they call you.
You guys called me Dirty D for a while.
We did.
Did I tell you I've been called Roadhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashley died laughing when she heard that.
Yeah.
She's like, she's like, no, that's not real. I was like, no, it's real.
I believe you. It's Call Center, sponsored by Bing.com. Again, you can reach us at the randomwordblog at gmail.com if you'd like to email into the show. We got 2 emails here to read for the people. We'll start with Gregory, 28 years old, subject line, quick cash. He said, my significant other's birthday is coming up, but I am a little strapped for cash. Hey, I know that feeling, Gregory. Quick ways on getting some bones. Yeah, this is a tough time of year for a lot of people.
So?
Like myself, where present season is tough, man.
Dude.
Especially because there's so many people to buy presents for at this stage in life.
Oh, let's talk about presents real quick. Ben got his co-host for his birthday 15.6 pounds of gummy bears.
Yeah.
I have 2 5-pound bags upstairs. I brought one to work. I've been asking everyone to just eat these gummy bears. And they're like, why do you have gummy bears? Like, I'm not hungry for gummy bears. I'm like, please.
It's not like a A-list snack in my mind, but for you it is.
I've just been, oh my God. I'm about, I don't know. I don't want to say
I wonder if this will gummy bear you out. Like, I wonder if you'll...
I'm about halfway through, and God damn it.
You have 2 other bags to go through.
I am so sick of gummy bears.
You have 2 other bags. You have to... It's my present. I will be offended if you don't eat all 3 bags.
I know. I wear... If someone... You got me... Remember, you started the whole cat shirt thing.
Right.
You got me the cat shirt. I wore it because I wear gifts people get me.
It's true.
And look what happened.
That could work to my advantage. I could get you a really stupid-looking article of clothing, and you're going to have to wear it because that's your rule.
Absolutely. That's my rule.
So, Gregory, he's strapped for cash.
Right.
He's
so you're strapped for cash. We've
Yeah.
all been there. Listen, scraping pennies together. One thing that you can do.
Sure.
You know what we used to do, right? When you need to raise money, you have runs for diseases.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you have maybe a cousin who's running, and you're going to sponsor per mile. Now,
right.
every mile, maybe they donate
Sure.
25 cents, right?
Sure.
It's like walkathon.
Find a really stupid person.
You're going to go like you're trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is go to a big neighborhood and say, hey, I live right down the road. My cousin has this horrific disease, and he's doing this charity walk thing. I'm wondering if you'll pledge even 10 cents
He has
per
a
mile.
Myeloplastica.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if you'll just pledge 10 cents a mile.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, sure. And then you've gone to so many houses. Then you go back a week later, and you go, hey, he managed 15 miles before he collapsed and had to
died from myeloplastica.
And think about that. That's 150 cents, $1.50, but you have gone to 300 houses.
Yeah.
You just have to go by collecting checks made out to your name, which is your cousin's name.
Sure.
Boom.
But which is really your name. You just make it your name.
Yeah.
Because they don't know who you are.
No.
So
you just say you're from down the street.
Yeah.
And it's basically, you just go around collecting money after that. And you don't even have to walk or run.
That's a good way to get money, Gregory. I would say, screw getting extra money, Gregory. Here's what you got to do as far as gift giving goes, and this is a Ben classic, is just look around your house for stuff that you don't want anymore, and go ahead, as long as it's in pretty good shape, wrap that puppy up and give it as a gift. No one's going to know, especially people that maybe haven't been around your house or your apartment or whatever in a while. They don't know that you've got some funky glass, or you've got some book that you've never even opened, or a DVD you've never opened. I once had Elf, which is a great movie, but I had Elf gift. I had it wrapped, the DVD wrapping on it, and
Hold on.
I gave it as a gift because
I received.
What?
Out of all the presents that you've gotten me,
Sure.
there are 2 that don't fit the scheme of things you normally have ever gotten me.
Huh.
And they were the True Detective,
Sure.
season 1.
Sure. I mean, did you
And-
watch it?
And
It's a great show.
It is a good show. And Let's Be Cops.
Yeah. Yes.
And I got those 2 from you in 2
Good-
separate years.
I haven't
Was
seen
that-
the movie.
You collect movies, so I'm assuming, were those some ones that you had extras of?
You know, it's been so long; it's hard to remember.
I'll give you the True Detective one but no, that's
it's a good show.
It is a good show, but
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of DVDs to have, you know, given away. But no, I don't know what you're talking about. But Gregory, that's the key though. Go find a movie or a TV show that you didn't really want or you've already seen, and you go, I don't really need this season of True Detective, and you wrap that puppy up and you give it as a gift. It's a great idea, Gregory. I mean, not True Detective, but a different show. So, next one. Marina, are you chewing? You can't talk?
Who?
Marina, 27 years old.
Wait, what should she have?
It says Marina, 27, winter woes. I absolutely hate winter.
What? No, that's not a real question. Did you write that in yourself?
I didn't. Well, first of all, we don't write any of these in ourselves. No, it just says this.
Oh yeah, I have that one.
Yeah. I absolutely hate winter. I hate it. What are some ways I can deal with winter? Should I just stay inside?
Are you raising a barn?
What does she think? What do you think? Should she just stay inside? She hates winter. Winter sucks. I mean,
so I love fall, and we got no fall weather because it got
pretty cold. This week's pretty cold.
Northern Virginia, it goes from 0 to 100. So
walking to your place from where I parked, it was a cold walk today. I will say.
So you don't need to not go outside, but what we need to do is bring the summer to winter.
Sure.
You need to replace all of the flooring in your house with sand, just like that beach house from Friends.
Yeah.
Where like the first floor is all sand for some reason. No one really addressed that. That was weird.
That was weird.
That was really weird. Think about how much sand is all over that house. And then you crank up the heat to about 90, 92 degrees.
Sure.
You have a kiddie pool maybe in the living room where your table was. And so you sort of live life like it's summer inside the house, and then every time you go outside the house, you can't wait to get back to the beach, aka your house.
I like that because
gives you something to look forward to in winter.
I was on the same wavelength. I think you got to get your thermostat and you got to bump it up into the 90 degree area.
At least 90.
That way, when you walk around your house, you're wearing tank tops, you're wearing shorts, you're wearing flip flops. You're like, God, it's so hot in here. It's such a hot summer, and that sort of thing.
And you get a second air conditioner, and then you walk over and you run that one because you're like, God, I gotta get something in here. Yeah.
And when you go outside, wear dark sunglasses. Like black sunglasses, and then maybe like look by feel or like look under like.
I was gonna say like just laminate pictures of like the sun and the trees and stick them on the glasses.
Okay, that would probably be better.
That way, when you're looking out, you're just seeing that instead of impersonating a blind man.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, just for winter though.
Yeah.
Or what you could do is you get like little like palm trees and you put them on your glasses on the inside. And then, like you said, you're seeing palm trees
just
everywhere
palm
you go.
Palm trees? Or you mean, like, put the leaves so that, like, you're...
No.
What's your... Just 2 palm trees? One in each...
One in each eye. Because you don't want to block too much of your vision if you're driving.
Okay. So just put palm tree stickers on your glasses.
And then maybe, like, a sunset in the background.
Okay.
And then you're
that'd be kind of nice.
Every time you're looking around, you're like, look at that beautiful sunset on this summer day.
What if you wear glasses all the time? So inside it would
like
be
myself.
A sunset. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you
wear
remove
contacts from time to time.
Nah, only when I play sports. Yeah. Well, why is that funny? That's the only time I wear contacts if I'm doing a physical activity.
You said it like you're on a team somewhere. Like you're just.
Yeah, only when I play, in the NBA every now and then.
Yeah, no worries.
But now it's funny because now I've gotten so lazy that I don't even wear contacts to the gym anymore. I just take my glasses off.
I love
and I just
contacts.
Can't see anything.
I want LASIK so bad.
So do I. It's expensive. We got to save up for this bachelor party.
I don't mind wearing my glasses, but like I don't like wearing my glasses for hours at a time, and I don't like wearing contacts for hours at a time.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And I can't not wear either one because everything is just a blurry mess.
Well, we were born this way, baby, as
anyway,
Lady Gaga says.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that was it. That was it for Call Center. We again, you can email us the randomwordblog@gmail.com. You can also reach us on Instagram, Random Word Podcast. I'm going to ignore those noises. I make the same noise while I'm peeing. And so what we're going to do here, you got to pull up your random generator because we got to do our jokes with the things.
For you,
yeah,
right.
For both of us. Randomlist.com.
Lists
with an S.com. Go ahead and pull that puppy up.
Lists.com.
Lists with an S.
What do I want? Random things?
Random things. Yep.
Okay.
And customize the results, probably to say 1. Okay. Let me know when you are ready. Do you want me to go first or you to go first?
Wait, where do you click here, customize.
Yeah, it says the giant thing.
Quantity 1.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You have to ask it me first because you always go second.
Okay.
This one. Okay.
Floor.
Floor? Like the floor?
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to make a joke about it?
Yeah.
Why is there all this sand on the floor?
Why?
No, I'm asking. That's part of the joke. Oh, okay. Why is... oh, yeah. No, here we go. Why was there sand all over the floor?
Why?
Because life's a real beach.
Oh, look at you. That was pretty good. Okay.
All right. So
I got to bring my A game.
Your objects. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Thermostat.
Thermostat. Okay.
Fat stat would work well. Okay.
All right. So, these two guys walk into a bar.
Okay.
And they ducked because there's a bar in front of the bar. So they avoided that. That's not important to the story.
Sure. There's in front of the stall, the urinal.
Yeah, there's these two guys walk into a bar. And inside that bar, it looks like that there was some sort of party. So there's a lot of empty plates and cups and some leftover cake. And so they walk up and they sit down. The bartender's kind of cleaning up on the other side of the bar, right?
Sure.
And so and so they look at the bartender and they go, "Hey, I'll take a whiskey." And their guy goes, "I'll take what he's having," which was also a whiskey. And so the bartender comes over. He pours the whiskey. And he asks, like, "Why the long face?" And they go, "Well, it's been a long day. What about you? Like, what's happened here? What happened with the party?" And he's like, "It's insane. Yeah. It's really crazy because these people came in and they threw a party." And I said, "Party?" And they said, "Yeah." And so they had the party. And
do you remember the word?
I went over and he said the funniest thing to me. I said, "Is the temperature okay in here? You want to touch the thermostat?" And he goes, "Thermostat? I barely know her." And then that's the joke.
They're loving it. Oh, that guy had a cough in the end. I don't know why they left that in there.
That's pretty good, right? Did you like the setup? How it was so long?
It was something.
Because isn't that my bit? I end it with like floor.
If you say so.
I barely know her.
Yeah, that would have been funnier than my joke, I think. No, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. That is Salty Dalton. I am Ben. This is episode 54 of the Random Word Podcast. Look forward to, real quick before we end the show, look forward to some, we'll get a guest in here very soon who has been on this show over the phone before. We'll bring him in. We got some other stuff in store, like resolutions and things like that as we get into New Year's.
It is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is our C-list celebrity, like we promised out of our resolution.
Okay,
well, no,
like
that's what we promised in our resolutions was a C-list celebrity. So it was
who would be a good C-list celebrity? Scott Bakula? I don't know.
Donald Faison.
Donald Faison.
There you go.
Where'd you pull that name out of?
Right out of the tuckus. That is Salty Dalton. I am Ben.
Sayonara.
Sweet sucker.
Don't touch that thermostat. We howdy. See this full circle.